Hi, welcome to Drew Code Sports Talk. I am your host, Andrew Wright. Over here is my co-host, Cody Johnson, and he does everything else, and I'm just the voice.
He's the prettier of the two folks, so that's why we pay him the bigger bucks.
Ooh, no. Have you seen this? Well, you're looking at it right now.
You're a tall drink of water, my friend.
Dang it, man. Anyway, he makes me blush. Anyway, after that awkward moment, we are going to be talking about Aaron Judge, the phenom that is Aaron Judge.
All rise. Fresno State.
Yeah, there you go. Okay. I don't think you heard me the first time. Anyway, he's killing it.
Yes,
I think everyone has heard of Aaron Judge now. You can't say the name Aaron Judge and not think about Derek Carr. Good Lord. Derek Jeter. You could think about Derek Carr too if you know Fresno State. And the reason I say that is Derek Jeter. Everyone knew who Derek Jeter was.
Yep.
I think even non-baseball fans know who Aaron Judge is now.
They better.
Yeah, specifically around here, you can't say Aaron Judge and people will be like, "Who's that?"
Oh, it's a great time to be a Fresno State Bulldog right now. You got Paul George, who's basically one of the top guys in the league. You've got Derek Carr, the highest paid quarterback in the history of the NFL. Aaron Judge is killing it right now in baseball. Really, it's a good time to be Fresno State.
And specifically, too, there's a golf player. I don't know his name. This just came into my head. But he's actually from Clovis, California, which is in Fresno County. He just won a tournament in the PGA Tour. So,
okay.
There you go. There's a lot of stuff going on in the Central Valley.
No kidding. And the Heat.
Yeah. But a lot of talk has been had about Aaron Judge actually being the face of Major League Baseball.
Okay.
With Mike Trout, obviously he's been injured, and a lot of people don't really talk about Mike Trout as much just because, he's with the Angels. It's the lesser two of the LA teams, and he doesn't really win much with the Angels.
Right.
You have Bryce Harper, who is on a good Washington team. A lot of people talk about him, but he's more... I would say he's more controversy than been successful.
Okay.
And then you have Aaron Judge on the Yankees, who obviously everyone knows who the Yankees are. Very top team. They're actually in the running for a playoff spot right now.
Yeah.
Is Aaron Judge the new face of baseball?
No, I think he's the face of this season because just of what he's accomplished in such a short amount of time. He's hitting over 300. He's got 30 home runs already. He had 30 home runs before the All-Star break, and not only that, he won the Home Run Derby technically as a rookie because he's playing his first full MLB season, and he did it in a really good flair. And right now, he's the only baseball player we've seen, well, you and I have seen in our short lifetimes, of how far he hits it. He's hitting this ball and it's going 120 miles the other direction, 500 feet. I can't remember the last time I saw a home run that went 500 feet, and he's hit about 7 of them this season. And that's not including what he hit in the Home Run Derby. Right now, he's a great story for how successful he is in such a short time. And the reason why is because last season, he hit under 200, and I think he only had about 7, here, I'll get the exact number, but he didn't have very many home runs last season.
Yeah, he struggled. He had a ton of strikeouts.
He only had 4 home runs last season, and his average was actually 285. But he only played in last season in about 84 games. In only 27 games. So he didn't play in a whole lot. Didn't and that sample size wasn't a whole lot of success. But right now he's really just coming to his own. And really, we can make an argument on: is it because he's just that much better of a hitter than he was last season? Or because what you and I talked about a couple of weeks ago, or about a month ago, we went to the Grizzly game, and I was talking to you about why are pitchers struggling this season. Last year they were dominating. This year it's like they can't find the strike zone, because you told me that they shrunk the strike zone this season. So because Aaron Judge is so tall, he's 6'7", 6'8", is that right? Pitchers have got to put it where? Almost at the top of the neck of the catcher just to get him into the strike zone. So obviously when you're got a long arm guy and he's so powerful, he's got to just nail it out of the park.
Yeah.
So that's going to be really hard to kind of do a lot of kind of paint the corners, so to speak, because he's got such a long reach and he's so tall, he'll knock it out of the park. But right now, I don't think he's the face of baseball as an entirety. I still think it's between Bryce Harper and Trout, and I can just probably say Harper right now just because he is a hitter. He plays the game with such energy and flair that is really attractive to a younger audience, which is what baseball really needs right now. Mm-hmm. I mean, you want the older audience for the loyalty, but you really want to get the young folk in because right now they're going to football or baseball or basketball, excuse me. So Bryce Harper is kind of that guy that makes it cool, but Trout is just an awesome player to watch because he's almost Barry Bonds-esque. He goes to the play and it's probably going out of the park about 80% of the time. So
Aaron Judge reminds me a lot of when Yasiel Puig first started with the Dodgers. Mm-hmm. Everyone wanted to watch.
Yeah.
And even when he had the controversy, a lot of people still wanted to see Puig hit.
Yeah.
Because he was something that was different in baseball that we hadn't seen before. Mm-hmm. And Aaron Judge is that kind of guy.
Yeah.
Aaron Judge is a guy who wows us with these incredible home runs that he hits.
Yeah.
Like you alluded to earlier, hitting the home runs in the home run derby. And I told you, and you'll vouch for me on this one, I picked Aaron Judge to win it.
Yeah, you did.
And I told you it's because his swing is so easy.
Yeah.
You see, I don't know if you saw Miguel Sano or Cody Bellinger was a perfect example. Mm-hmm. You could see him just trying to rake it as much as he could.
You can tell when it was those two going against each other that Bellinger was almost throwing his back out of place. And actually, because there's a curse in the home run derby that one of the contestants who does phenomenal, 9 out of 10 times their swing is so messed up from having to adjust to hitting only home runs that they're never the same. Bobby Abreu, what we talked about, Josh Hamilton, those previous winners that hit a ton of home runs. I was afraid that Bellinger was going to hit that curse because he was trying to hit the ball so hard and he was like, man, you're going to hit your back out of place. I can see it from here. I was like, you got to just,
Yeah, so, I mean, like I said, we've never seen a baseball player make a swing look so easy. I can tell you that for sure. I have never seen a ball player make it look so easy.
Maybe Ken Griffey Jr. didn't have really much of a hitch in his swing. It was pretty pure. I think that's the only other one that I can compare how smooth it was.
I would say Bonds too. A lot of Bonds swings were pretty easy as well.
Yeah, and well timed.
But this is how I put it. Aaron Judge is not the face of baseball. And here's my thought. When you think of the NFL, you think Tom Brady, Rob Gronkowski, Odell Beckham, Aaron Rodgers. I put Richard Sherman because he is a very controversial guy. Mm-hmm. Best cornerback, or has been the best cornerback for a while.
I mean, it's definitely on like the top 5 or 6. You can probably say.
I just put a name that honestly that you would. You think NFL, you think okay, I've heard of Richard Sherman. When you think of the NBA, obviously you think of LeBron James, Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, James Harden, Russell Westbrook.
Right.
When you think baseball, now this year you would put Aaron Judge in that, and I did. You have Bryce Harper, Mike Trout, Clayton Kershaw, Madison Bumgarner, and then you have Aaron Judge.
Yeah.
But before Aaron Judge, who would you put in there? And I was kind of thinking about that, and I was like, well, Yasiel Puig was kind of a guy, but that's here. I wouldn't say he's a face of baseball, more of a guy you'd like to watch.
Are we talking face as like he's really like attractive for like selling the product of baseball? Like
when you think baseball, you're thinking of who's a good player and who is someone that everyone has heard of.
Because subtract Judge, then I would say Buster Posey would be one that I would fit in there that most people knew. And I know, don't call me a homer. I'm just as someone that doesn't watch baseball all the time or as much as you do. Buster Posey, again, came out from the farm system in Fresno, though, was somebody that you can say in baseball, Buster Posey, because he does a lot of charity and he has his own foundation with his wife as well, that he was just, you knew he was connected to baseball. Yeah. So he's someone that I can see as one of the faces of baseball.
Exactly. And Buster Posey was a guy who, when he first came in the league, everyone wanted to watch him, and he was successful. He won Rookie of the Year, and he kept it up. Mm-hmm. With Aaron Judge, the issue that we have with him, yes, he's an incredible player. He's very successful, and he's made the Yankees actually a good team.
Yes.
When you look at Aaron Judge, he's only had 1 year.
Yeah.
And a year and a month of baseball, of actual MLB baseball. Mm-hmm. And so when you talk about, is he a new face? he like you said, he's a great face for this year. He's the face of this year. He's changed baseball. Everyone knows who Aaron Judge is now. But we have to see if he can do it consistently.
Right.
Can he do it next year? I believe he can. His swing is so pure, like we talked about. It's going to be really hard to look at him and go, well, no, he's not going to be successful anymore. Everyone in baseball has changed their look, and you talked about a little bit of how baseball has changed. Why are pitchers not pitching as well as they used to? Yes, the strike zone is a little bit smaller, and also a lot of guys are changing their swing angle. Everyone's trying to swing for a home run now.
Yeah.
The balls, even the baseballs that they're using are a little bit different. And a lot of people are saying that it could be the baseballs are a little bit lighter, so it's easier to crush. That all may be well and good, but the difference is everyone's changed their launch angle. Everyone's okay with striking out, so pitchers are going to have high strikeouts, but they're also going to have a higher ERA.
Yeah.
And so when you talk about face of baseball, you can put Aaron Judge in that, but he's not going to be the number one guy yet. I would agree with you. I would say Bryce Harper definitely is.
I would say after like 3 or 4 seasons, if this is consistent, then yes. But right now, for this season right now, he's the face, but not of all of baseball or anything like that.
Yeah, so we'll go with he is the potential of being the new face of baseball.
Yeah.
But as of now, no. Bryce Harper still holds that. Thank you guys for joining us. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. It is Drew Code Sports Talk. Also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, which is also Drew Code Sports Talk. This is Cody Johnson, and I am Andrew Wright. Thank you guys for joining us.